Welcome to Help from Haley. I'm Haley, and today I'm going to show you how to make Chipotle marinated chicken wings. They're super easy and they can be made in the oven or they can be grilled on your outdoor barbecue. Either way, they're a great recipe for you to use. Today, I'm really excited because I was invited to my next door neighbors for a surprise birthday party for their son. And I wanted to bring something. So this is going to be the dish that I bring, and I'm sure everyone there is just going to love it. Now the marinade is super simple, and what it is, it starts off with chipotle peppers and adobo sauce, and you can get this at any grocery store now. And we're going to add to that some agave nectar. Now this is like a honey, but it comes from the agave cactus, so it goes really well with the peppers in a southwestern theme. To that we're going to add some herbs of cilantro and oregano, some vegetable oil to help bind it all together, some lime juice for a little more acidity, and some salt and pepper. And it's a really simple marinade that's going to work with the wings for about 4 hours to overnight. And then after that, we're going to line it up on a sheet pan, either put it on our barbecue grill, shut the lid, and kind of forget about it, or put it in the oven and do the same thing for about an hour, 50 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of your wings. Now, I got really big wings because I want to have a big punch. Now, this party that I'm going to is a 30th birthday party for my next door neighbor's son, who happens to be a police officer. So all these big police officers are going to be over at this party. So I wanted to have a hearty dish to be able to bring over. So I chose some really big wings. And so that'll take a little bit longer to cook. So you're going to have to gauge that as you're cooking. But let's get started on our marinade. Okay, let's get started on our marinade. Now, real quick, the recipe for this marinade for the Chipotle marinated chicken wings is on my website, and that's located on the bottom of the screen at helpfromhaley.com. So first we're going to start with our chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. And we're going to puree this can. Now this is a smoky pepper, and then the adobo sauce just adds more rich, wonderful southwestern flavor to this. I made this recipe for a Super Bowl party that I had, and people went nuts for it. Okay. That looks good there. And to that, we're going to add our agave nectar. And again, this is a sweetener. It's like a honey, but it comes from the agave cactus. So we'll go ahead and add this to it. And so it's about a can to a bottle is the ratio, depending on how spicy or how sweet. If you want just a little bit of a bite at the back of your tongue, then add more of the agave. That looks really good. We're going to just add a little bit more. Oops. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and do our salt and pepper, our oregano, and our cilantro. And when I'm doing a marinade, I like to do the dried because it has a more intense flavor and it doesn't burn while you're cooking or grilling it. Okay, and now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of lime juice. And this is a little bit, adds the acidity to it. going to go ahead and we will put this in our bowl. And to this, we're going to go ahead and add our vegetable oil. And the purpose of the vegetable oil is that's going to help coat the wings and keep the marinade in place. And that's about a 1/4 cup there. I'm just going to blend this up. Already looking really good. And I want to show you, I'm going to put this aside, and I want to show you the wings that I got. Now these are some really big, delicious looking wings. They're the wings and the tips all combined, so these are nice and hearty. You can also add some drumettes too. That would be a perfect combination for this. Okay, our wings have been marinating for about 5 hours. Every so often I've gone in the refrigerator and kind of tossed the bag a little bit to make sure that the marinade got around all the wings. And I did just like this. Kind of move it around. And this looks really good. I think we did a really good job getting the marinade all the way throughout. So now we're going to transfer the wings to our pans. I'll just move these over. And I've got about 2 dozen wings, so I'm going to use 2 different pans for it. Now, it's going to go in a 425-degree oven for about 55 minutes. If we were going to do it on the grill, we would use a pan just like this. There we go. And we just put the wings in here, and we use 2 of these. And you can choose the kind of aluminum pan that'll fit your grill. And go ahead, preheat your grill to 425 degrees. Put your wings in your pan, and then put the pan directly on the grate over the coals or your burner, and shut the lid, and you're good to go. On both the grill and the oven, we're going to check the wings at about 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, and we'll check the doneness and kind of move the wings around so that we don't have any particular spots that get over grilled. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our wings in our pans. And you don't have to be particularly neat, as you can tell. But you do want about half per pan. We'll use our tongs now for this last bit. And just get a single layer so that they cook nice and evenly. And now just kind of move them around and make sure again that you got a nice, good, even layer. And again, whenever you're handling raw chicken, make sure that you wash your hands and use the antibacterial soap. So you don't want any cross-contamination. And once I get these in the oven, I'll do the same for the countertop too. I bribed my dog with a bone so that he'd be quiet, but he knows exactly when I want him to be quiet, and I think that's when he decides he wants to be noisy. So if you hear anything, that's Comet. And I have always wanted a dog named Comet. So he is Haley's Comet, and I could not love him more. But I sure like it if he was quiet right now. Okay, so all I did was just turn them around so that they were all facing the same way, and that's so that they cook evenly. And these look really good and are ready to go. So again, they're going to go in a 425 degree oven for about 55 minutes. And at the 45 minute mark, we're going to check them, move them around, and see how they look. Now, wings come in all different sizes. These are pretty big wings. So the key, you can't really use a time to determine when your wings are done. You have to use a temperature. So this is a good thermometer here. And you want to use Fahrenheit, and you're looking for 165. So what we'll do is once these are cooked and we want to check them, we're going to use the probe and put it right in the meaty part of the wing to check the temperature. And I'll show you how to do that once the wings are done. And again, we'll sanitize our thermometer as well. So in about 55 minutes, we'll check our wings. Or at 45 minutes, we'll check our wings, but in about 55 minutes, we'll be back, and I will show you how beautiful our wings look. Okay, it's been about 55 minutes. I've been checking on the wings off and on, and now it's time to do a final temperature check and see if they're ready to pull out of the oven. So here we go. And what we're going to do is put the thermometer in the wing away from the bone. And we're at 165. So that's the perfect temperature we want to be, so it's time to pull our wings out of the oven. And you can see they have a beautiful caramelization from the marinade and the chipotle peppers, and the sugar from the agave nectar just really makes for a beautiful marinade. So I'll be back to show you. I want to give you a nice view of these. There we go. But I'll be back to show you how we're going to plate these. Thank you for joining me today in making Chipotle marinated chicken wings. I think you're just going to love this recipe. I'm Haley from Help from Haley, and I specialize in giving simple tips for making special days and every day an occasion.